Yo, this has been a comic I've been waiting on because this is one of my favorite female mutants of the X-Men lore. We are talking about PSYLOCKE with their own comic, number one. Yo, what are we waiting on? Roll that intro, cuss. What's going on, Geek Corner? This is your boy Earth Smack, the mad scientist, and welcome back to the Orange Phoenix channel and another episode of Comic Book Declassified, where we talk about the most recent issues in comics, as well as past issues, as well as character bios. If you ask for it, you already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you get notified on all of our content, whether it's live or recorded. Now, this is one of the mutants I have vested interest in. Now, I mean, of course, you got Rogue, you have Storm, you got Jubilee, but one of them really stood out, maybe because I have a thing for ninjas, but it is PSYLOCKE. She has her own comic, so let's get into it. And as we're getting into it, you might want to stick around to the end of this video because I will tell you the next comic we are going to cover. Let's go. So, PSYLOCKE number one is written by Alyssa Wong with artist Vincenzo Carutu, as color artist Fer Cifuentes Sujo, letterer VC's Ariana Mahir, cover artist Mahmoud Asrar as Matthew Wilson, and various cover artists. And it's something that I peaked, I would say a few months ago. I was like, oh my gosh, PSYLOCKE is going to have her own comic book. I cannot wait to read it. So I'm going to skip a few parts. I'm going to let you know right offhand because you already know my adage. Go out there to your nearest comic book store and pick this comic up for yourself. If you want a physical copy, go out there and get it today. And if there's no physical copies and it just so happened to be sold out, you already got Kindle, Comixology. Go ahead and read that bad boy digitally. Now, obviously, this takes place and after Krakoan age. This is from the ashes. Krakoa is no more. If you want to check out some of our past Marvel comic series of X-Men or Uncanny X-Men that I covered a few issues. Go ahead and check those out. The links will be in the description below. Now, so this takes place in the factory of Alaska, and this is the Alaskan division of the X-Men led by Cyclops. Obviously, Magneto is there. You know, he's pretty much, I wouldn't say in a wheelchair, but he's floating around. He's not the Magneto that we know. But either way, so we're basically waiting on PSYLOCKE because a meeting is supposed to take place. And Cyclops is like, listen, yo, Quentin, be patient. She's on the way. And Quentin is like, yo, I'm getting bored of looking at your face. I'm like, I got better things to do. Just sit here and look at you because, bro, you're boring. I don't know why Cyclops get that such a bad rap, but it is what it is. So PSYLOCKE says, look, sorry for making you wait. My flight from Palmdale was almost canceled due to the blizzard. And he's like, from what? He's like, really? That garbage fire over town? PSYLOCKE, what the F were you doing in Palmdale? And it goes right into it. In Palmdale, California, she is doing what she does best. Now, those of you that may not know much about PSYLOCKE, she's been raised by the Hand. So the Hand is this notorious ninja group in the underground. And I mean, it tangled with the likes of Elektra, Daredevil, Wolverine. PSYLOCKE is no different. And I mean, being raised by the Hand with psionic powers, that is a very dangerous combination. I feel like, in all honesty, if Spider-Man becomes an assassin, he and Nightcrawler or PSYLOCKE, they will be the absolute best assassins there is because they know how to get in and get out and go home. Either way, PSYLOCKE is on her own personal mission, doing what she does best, and she's trying to save this little girl named Amelia Acker. He basically cuts her loose. He's like, listen, your father hired me to find you. I'm here to bring you home. But she responds, but you're a mutant. My dad hates mutants. Her response, his political career doesn't have to be your path forward. And he's not the one I'm rescuing. Now, at this point in time, more henchmen is going to pull up. Now, I mean, you know, it can't be that easy, right? You took out a couple of henchmen and no one else is going to pull up. Yes, more people are going to pull up. He's like, lady, did you just kill her? And like, she killed everyone else too. And she says, my side blades affect the mind, not the flesh. No one here is dead. but they won't remember any of this, and neither will you. So listen, she knocks out Amelia because she don't want her to see what's about to transpire. And with Amelia in tow, she takes out every single one of these henchmen, and she basically delivers Amelia to her father. And she really doesn't remember what's going on because she says, I can't remember exactly, but I think I got really lucky. So she was like, listen, I got nothing to say. I had a mission. I had something going on. Sorry about what's going on. But Cyclops breached them on another outbreak as far as a mutant developing power. So he's going to assemble the team and say, listen, we're going to go handle this business. But PSYLOCKE, you are staying. And she's like, yo, I pull up for you to bench me? He's like, why you benching me? He's like, I'm putting you on mandatory vacation leave. And she's like, vacation? I don't have time for vacation. And she's like, people are killing us. They took Krakoa from us, and it wasn't enough for them. It would never be enough until mutants are eradicated from this planet, every other one. You need me on this mission, Scott. And he says, listen, when the last time you went to sleep, fam? And she couldn't answer that. Like, she hasn't been sleeping. She has been nonstop like a machine. And he tells her, look, being a squad leader means I have to do what's best for the team. That includes you, PSYLOCKE. And you're not a machine. You're a person, not a weapon. You need to take care of yourself. And if I have to use my authority to force you to do so, I will. Take some time. Rest a week or two. Until then, you're out. Not out the team, but you're benched. So this is why I always fancy like Cyclops as a really, really good leader. Like, he knows when someone is working themselves to the bone. I mean, Cyclops hasn't always been squeaky clean. There's been some times where Cyclops done some nefarious things. I mean, some times that he actually defeated the X-Men and the Avengers on his own when he had the Phoenix Force. But that's neither here or there. But that's the type of leader, that's the type of boss that you want, right? That's the type of person that, listen, they know that you're working nonstop. You have no off switch, and they're forcing you to have an off switch. So you can like sit back and smell the roses, because once this work consumes you, there's nothing else for you. So to go further in, PSYLOCKE laments, I don't like being alone with my thoughts. Maybe I just don't want to be alone. That's a new feeling, and it scares me. Every time I put my trust in someone, they use me. I don't blame them, but John Greycrow is different. He knows what I am. He knows he's not afraid of me. He's got blood on his hands too. He's a criminal full of regrets with past he'll never shake. He understands me on a level no one does, and he accepts me without asking for anything in return. I don't know how to deal with that, but I think I liked to learn. And this is PSYLOCKE's love interest in John Greycrow, because he's the only person that really, truly understands her of what she got going on. So, you know, they done some dirty deeds and they're sleeping, but she is constantly having nightmares. And John is like, hey, what's going on? You know, wake up. And he touches her and she goes crazy. And he says, look, Quainon, it's me. So I'm like, it's me. And she's like, listen, I'm sorry. I wasn't awake. I'm fine. See, not even a scratch. John like, listen, chill out. It's cool. I'm all right. I've been through worse. Relax. And he said, and PSYLOCKE says, the hand groomed me to be an assassin from the time I learned to walk. Killing is easy. It's been trained into me so thoroughly that it's a reflex. That's not who I want to be anymore. But I was made for violence. What if violence is all I'm good for? And that's one of the things that PSYLOCKE has to deal with. I mean, you've been groomed by the hand. I mean, this is arguably the best assassins in the world. If you want some things get done, you talk to the hand. And man, that's a double entendre. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, you talk to the hand if you want some things that get handled. But John Greycrow, you know, assures her, listen, it's all good. You know, we'll get there. We'll get there together. So fast forward to the next morning, she talks to Devin. Devin is one of the people that she actually saved, and Devin was one of the ones. It's not one of the ones. He is the one that's giving her this intel about these different missions. So basically, signing her up for jobs. She's doing contract jobs, and she's saving people, and she's saving humans and mutants alike, as long as they're not hating. But Devin says, look, how was Palmdale? I got the wire transfer from Mila's dad. So I figured the mission went well. I guess I could have left a message, but I knew you'd pick up eventually. And Psylocke was like, listen, I'm regret saving you, bro. Like, why you calling me? You're the only one that has my number at this point. And he said, look, either way, I got a new lead for you. An anonymous tipster alerted us to a party hosted by AIM. Apparently, they developed a new variant of mutant growth hormone. No one's sure what it does, but it's supposed to be even deadlier. The question is, of course, where are they getting the ingredients to make it? And Psylocke was like, listen, I took a nap. Now that I took a nap, let's get into what needs to be getting into. Send me the coordinates. I got the job. Do the wire transfer. We on and on. It's on the popping. So she goes to this night spot, and obviously she makes it through because it's Psylocke. She can make it through anywhere. And she's looking around, and she's actually talking to Devin psionically. Now, Devin has this way of using different technologies to enhance your mutant abilities. Now, you already know Psylocke has to get up close and personal with her psionic knives to actually get into your brain. But actually, she can do it at a longer distance now due to Devin's area of expertise. And he said, listen, you're in a room within my head. I mean, I see your invention works. He's like, it's just a little thing of proof of concept. It amplifies your psychic thought projection over long distances. And did you run into any trouble on your end? Which she did not. And she has no sign of AIM at all. It's just a regular party until the lights go out, and then you get these spotlights. Like, listen, you see this AIM agent on stage and says, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. On behalf of AIM, thank you for joining us to celebrate this exciting innovation in mutant growth hormone technology. And you fast forward, and obviously under the curtain is a bunch of kids, mutant kids, up for auction. And it's passing out MGH like it's candy. Like it's the new drug out here. So you can take some on the neck, you get some mutant abilities or whatever the case may be. But Psylocke is incensed at this point, and she's having flashbacks of her childhood, of what she had to deal with, and she got to look at these kids on stage being auctioned off. So she jumped into action, and in this auction, she says, listen, I'll take them all. And he said, fine, it's $2.5 million. And she was like, done. But do you think Psylocke is really going to spend $2.5 million? I don't think so. So she jumps into action, psionic knives all over the place. She hits the AIM agent, and she's like, look, here's your $2.5 million. And then she goes up against Donald Pierce and Skullbuster, but she goes after Skullbuster first. And she's like, no one ever taught me how to move or stay. No one has ever taught me how to stay still. And she gets inside of his head, finds out all kinds of information, and saying they are trafficking kids, not just in the U.S., in all parts of the world. That's the information that she's gotten. Now, in the midst of that, Donald Pierce actually was able to get behind her and sneak up on her and grab her by the throat and said, listen, Skullbuster, you idiot. What are you doing? And he grabs a bunch of MGH, like different patches. They have different effects, and he put all of them on his neck. This cannot be good. But yes, he transformed into this grotesque monster and attacked Psylocke on the fly. And she says, listen, with the weight of the sword in my hand, muscle memory kicks in. Every movement feels natural, familiar. Like this, there is no division between us. My blade is an extension of me, my will, my resolve. So why? Why hasn't my resolve enough? I told John that killing was a reflex. That isn't what I want to be, but it was so easy to fall back into it. It's horrifying. I should feel horrified. But what scares me is that I don't. And that is the end of Psylocke number 1. Like, she took on this monster that had multiple abilities all at once, and she takes down Skullbuster like with ease. No problem. And Donald Pierce. It's a wrap. Psylocke number 1 has ended, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Now, I know I skipped a few key parts in this comic. Just like I said earlier in this video, I want you guys to go out to your nearest comic book store and pick up your latest copy of Psylocke number 1. Now, if it just so happened to be sold out and physically, go ahead and go to your Kindle app, download Comicsology. If you don't have Comicsology, I highly encourage you to get it. and download your own digital copy of PSYLOCKE #1. Now, it's time to tell you what is the next comic we are going to cover. And the next comic we are going to cover, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are ready. And it is X-Men #8, Part 1, Raid to Gray Market. Now, this is an event. This is a crossover between the Uncanny X-Men in Louisiana and the X-Men in Alaska. What will happen? We will cover that later on this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. So until next time, y'all, peace.